Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jakub Vaniš, and today I'm going to be talking about Nintendo Switch 2 prices of their games, because this is a bit of a controversy, something that was not part of the Direct, the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct that I commented on yesterday. So buckle up, let's get right into it. As you can see, it's wonderful here in Czech Republic. We have now 17 degrees in the beginning of April. It feels like the spring is finally here, really enjoying it. Great weather, sun everywhere, and the nature is finally, healing and recovering and coming from a long winter sleep. But who is also coming from long winter sleep is, Nintendo company, who have suddenly decided to raise the prices of their software, which is very, very controversial because, their games usually don't have the high fidelity assets like, other games for PlayStation 5 or for Xbox Series X, especially if it's their first party games like Mario Kart, Mario games, even Zelda sometimes. Now this can change with this generation, but they have a specific art style, so sometimes people associate them with like children's games. I don't. I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, mechanics, and they decided to significantly raise the prices because up until recently, for about 20 years, we had the prices of games about $60, $60 per game as a new one, and then usually it drops down in price over time. Sometimes very fast. Depends on how fast it sells, but for example Ubisoft games can go half in price in like 3 months. Well, that doesn't really happen for Nintendo. They never really go down in price. Occasionally there is a sale which is like 10% down, but currently they are going from the 60 prices up to from $60 to up to the $80, which is a significant increase, and that's for the digital versions. They also offer the physical versions, which are good for collectors, and that's gonna be for $90. So that's really a lot. That's like extra 50% on top of the 60 before. I know there were a few games that Nintendo already published, like The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, which was $70 already. But this is kind of ahead of the time of the industry. Not even PlayStation or Xbox games are priced this much. So I think people are waiting for GTA 6 to come out hopefully this year or potentially beginning of next year, and they were thinking that that game will raise the price to 80 because that's probably going to be the most expensive game to be ever developed, and there are speculations that they will even raise it to 100. But now, since Nintendo did this already, I think there's no going back, right? People are speculating if this is tariffs because usually these cards, etc., are printed either usually in Vietnam. Most of the hardware also comes from Vietnam. It can be from the weak yen as well, because you can take a look. Oh my god, I almost lost the mic. You can take a look at the situation there. The price of the console of Switch 2 in Japan is actually approximately $338. If you compare it to the price in the US, which is $450 without a game. So again, significant increase there. People are speculating that this is because of Trump and because of his tariffs, but I don't think that you can take it back. Even if this, if this bites Nintendo back eventually and people will retaliate or buy less games, usually in the beginning you have early adopters like you and me, and they will buy everything that is out there. So you will only see this later on, and in the meantime, all of the other developers and all of the other game publishers will jump on this. They will make 80 new normal, which they already kind of made, because now they just call it like extra editions, collector's editions or something, usually for $100 or $120. You can see it with with your Ubisoft Assassin's Creed. Even Kingdom Come Deliverance, a Czech game, had these versions. They usually offer though some kind of a DLC with this, as extra costumes or just anything, or they give you early access just 2 or 3 days ahead of everybody else, and they charge you $20-$30 more, so it's already at $100 if you think about it this way. But this is really bad news for a lot of us as gamers. If this is our hobby, then it became suddenly significantly more expensive, and especially for the kids, they will not be able to get that many games compared to the past, unfortunately. On the other hand, Nintendo is well known for treating their developers well. and they are not firing anybody, unlike most of the studios. So yeah, I guess kudos to them. This is what they felt like they needed to do, but I feel like they need to communicate on this better. They need to justify why did they do this. Is it because of the tariffs? Is it because of they want to keep the let's say the high level of their production and the work-life balance of their developers in check? I don't know, but they should communicate really well, because right now the whole X or all other social media is totally outraged. People are claiming that they're not gonna buy the console. I bet they will. This still is gonna be probably a great success, but yeah, this was really not careful from them, because I think in general people loved the Direct yesterday. There were so good announcements, especially about the hardware. It can run 4K games in 60 hertz or 144p, I think, for 120 hertz even. So like regarding the hardware, it looks like a significant step up, and I don't mind the price tag of 450. By the way, I already pre-ordered, so I'm in a line, I'm in a queue to get it as soon as possible, June 5. But the games, even to me as a person that is in my 30s and making considerable amount of money every month, this is pretty steep, and it's an issue. And I want to know about your opinion. Like, what do you think about this? Do you think this is because of the tariffs? Is it because of the weak yen? Should we retaliate as gamers? What do you think happened here? And are you still gonna, buy that system and support them? Do you think that the other developers will also jump into this bandwagon? Yeah, I'm just curious to know about your opinion. And if you want to help me out, please hit that like and subscribe button. That always helps with the algorithm. Otherwise, this has been Jakub Vaniš, and I wish you an amazing day here from Czech Republic. So take care and cheers. Bye-bye.